My name is Stephanie Rogers, and I'm the Executive and Artistic Director of the Anderson Center at Tower View. Welcome to our main building. Today I'm so happy to share our most recent exhibition, Art and Science, which is up through August 8th, 2020. Come on inside. This exhibition is all about art, science, the observation of the natural world, and work by people who blur the lines between art and science. One of the artists whose work is on view is Arika Rowe. Arika is a professor of photography at Mankato State University, and she has been an artist in residence at Cedar Creek Ecological Reserve, where she has been photographing researchers in their natural environment, which is the landscapes that they study. We are fortunate to have 4 of Arika's works on view here. What you see right now are portraits of Chad Zerbel and Caitlin Potter, 2 employees and researchers who are doing work at Cedar Creek. Chad studies grasslands and bison grazing. So we have his photographs that he's taken during the course of his research and graphs generated by his data next to his portrait. And Caitlin works with wildlife tracking through Cedar Creek's Eyes on the Wild project and works with educating elementary kids who come to Cedar Creek to learn about biology. So we have photographs that have been taken by trail cameras and wildlife trackers in Caitlin's work, as well as worksheets that have been completed by the students that she teaches. I've always been interested in how data is displayed and presented. It adds so much to our understanding of science and scientific process. This screen print by Sarita Zaleja represents a graph of global temperature increases from 1860 through 2010. And that line graph has been repeated multiple times to give the effect of melting ice. So as you can see, the data goes up and down, but has a clear upward direction, especially at the end of the graph. I think it's a really beautiful piece and is a really unique take on a conceptual approach to data and the ideas behind it. John P. Anderson was the son of A.P. Anderson, and ever since he was a young boy, he shared his father's interest in the observation of the natural world. He was drawing diagrams of how microorganisms in the Cannon River lived under a microscope when he was a teenager. And later in his life, he became really interested in photography and videography. And we are fortunate to have these 3 pieces of his work in the Anderson Center's permanent collection, showing close-up macro photographs of seed pods found around rural Goodhue County. We are fortunate to have 5 photographs from the University Imaging Center at the University of Minnesota. This is a department within the university whose job it is to help university researchers take quality photographs of their work. These photographs have been taken using scanning electroscopes and Nikon NIE bright field microscopes, featuring parts of plants, a rat brain, and human cells. Stephen M. Anderson is the senior scientific glassblower at the Mayo Clinic. He also has a glass shop of his own where he produces more artistic works, and we are so happy to have examples of both sides of Stephen's skill set working with glass on display at the Anderson Center right now. These vessels were produced in his personal space and are an example of the type of more artistic glasswork that he makes outside of his role with Mayo. We also have examples of Stephen Anderson's scientific glassblowing pieces here on display, both from his personal collection and from the Mayo Clinic's collection. Thank you to Mayo for lending these pieces. There are models of vascular deformations to understand the way that fluid would flow through a particular part of the human body. There are manifolds and condensers that have been used in experiments. And for me as a curator, the level of precision and mastery of the medium and the way that they point to the groundbreaking scientific work being done here in Minnesota just makes these objects really fascinating and interesting to look at. Stephen Anderson has also made models of the structure of a lung and the bone structure of a human hand, which for me it's just so interesting that they're made out of clear glass and they offer us an insight into the forms that make up our own bodies. Ulrika has also photographed researchers Grace and Karina, and as you look carefully at her portraits, you'll notice that Ulrika's interest in the natural landscape and the way that humans interact with it goes far beyond just photographing researchers. She has brought textiles showing the landscape and plants into the photographs. Those were selected by the researchers themselves. So Karina is laying on a pillow that looks like a floral brocade, and Grace here in this winter landscape has wrapped herself in a white textile with flowers printed on it. So I would really encourage viewers to take a close look. There's a lot to take in this small exhibition, and we've provided text with artist statements and descriptions about what you're looking at to help you understand the exhibition. And last but certainly not least, work by Rochester-based Eric Anderson uses artificial intelligence, or AI, to generate imagery. So Eric is really interested in machine learning and using AI as a tool to come up with new ideas, new images that he works from. So in this instance, he's presented the artificial intelligence with a series of images related to biological life, and then asked the artificial intelligence to use that information to suggest new life forms. So on the left, you're seeing the learning process of the AI as it starts to understand space and shape and texture and form as it goes through its iterative process. And on the right are the different outputs that the AI is suggesting could be potential new life forces. Eric's process takes the ideas that he's working with through multiple layers, and he has gone so far as to take the new life forms generated by the AI program he's working with and to recreate them in pencil and oil paint. So we also have some of his two-dimensional works on view here. The Anderson Center's galleries are open from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday, and for summer 2020 we are happy to be offering late hours on Thursdays, open till 7 p.m. Please stop by and join us. Wear your mask, we'll be wearing ours, and we would love to have you come through our facility. Art and Science is on view through August 8th. And our next exhibition, Imprint, featuring broadsides and related works of art and poetry, is opening on August 21st.